friends, it's Anna here. Today I am going to share with you how to make a mini album using a base. Cut it out with your die cutting machine. I am using a cut file designed by Paige Evans. This is a full pre-designed mini album cut file. It looks like a free fold shutter card kind of design. So it's made of one piece of paper folded in a very ingenious way, and I saw cards looking like this, and there is also a mini album base, so you can easily fill it with pictures. The cut file contains this sheet of paper with pre-designed spaces with heart, circle, and those flowers. There is also a pocket that you can sew like this flap on the bottom row. There is an envelope, a few tags. There are squares that fit into the empty spots of the base. There are also two covers for the back and for the front, and there is a folding element that goes on one of the spots. Of course, you can follow the directions of Paige directly and do exactly the same album, or you can change something. You don't have to cut out the heart, you can erase it if you don't want to. You can change whatever you want. If you are a little bit skilled with your software, I'm using Silhouette Cameo, so I know how to erase or ungroup the files and just throw away elements I don't like. I use the size that was pre-designed in the cut file, and I used a purple cardstock to cut the element and texture pattern papers for the covers. I will fill everything with pictures. I have plenty of photos here, and this is what I always do. I plan where I will put all of my pictures, and I am pinning them with a paper clip just temporarily, so I know where everything goes and I don't have to think of this during the scrapbooking process. As you can see, I have a lot of pictures. They are 2 inches big, and I planned all of them over the surface of my mini album. Some of them will be grouped by 2 or 3, so I have to think of solution how to make both of the pictures visible. And when I have everything planned, I am starting to embellish the cover. I am adding a ribbon that will tie a album, but I will also add extra piece of paper to each cover to make it stronger. And now I thought it's time to deal with the openings. With the circle one, I'm going to make a shaker pocket, so I just cut it out 2 pattern papers with the circle inside, just like Paige designed it, and I'm going to fill it with 2 pieces of foil and some sequins in between them. And I'm starting with 1 piece of foil. I'm gluing it down with double-sided tape to the paper that is going to cover the square of the album where the circle is. So I'm adding a one piece of foil, sorry, I have problems with words. And then I will pour some sequins and I will glue down the second part, and I will have a shaker ready. I have some mix of sequins. This set of stars and I think flowers was from one of the previous Paige Evans collections. And I am also adding some pink sequins and some orange. I just wanted them to match the colors of the album, the full album that I'm creating. But if you have different ones, you want to add glitter or flakes or confetti, you are free to do it. It's all up to you. And now I'm covering everything with the second window. I sew around every piece of the elements that I will be covering the squares with the holes. And I also cut out extra pieces of cardstock to make my cover stronger. It's made of a kind of golden yellow cardstock. and I will connect them with the covers. As you can see, I also sew around the covers. I don't want the sewing to be visible on the back of the covers. That's why I'm adding those second sides, and they are really just very not versatile. I'm looking for a word. Sorry. I don't remember the word. Well, they are not pattern papers, so they will be not so visible around it. So they are kind of plain papers. They are not very ornamental. I am gluing down the picture inside my hole, and when I fill this hole, I will be able to glue down the cover. I'm using double-sided tape over the picture because I don't want to use a glue that may not be archival safe. And this tape is acid free, so it's safe to use it with pictures. And then I will add the cover. I will do exactly the same with the second part, where the second picture will pick out from the hole in the heart shape. I am adding glue over the pieces that I marked before. Those are the pieces where I didn't plant any pictures. And as you can see, it fits perfectly. You can see the picture in the hole. You have to do it prior gluing down the covers, because otherwise you won't be able to add the picture later. I'm adding the frames, cut it out with pattern papers and sewed around with my sewing machine. And I also cut it out them with my silhouette cameo, but I did it like in the second stage when I already had my base. I thought it's a good time to pick up papers, embellishments and stuff like this, so I just went with pattern papers I have from Truly Grateful collection, because I think I haven't told you that I'm working with a brand new Paige Evans collection called Truly Grateful. It was designed for Pink Paisley, and it's a fall theme collection. Like, you can do a lot of projects with it, but it has some lovely fall theme elements like leaves, mushrooms. So I thought it will be great with the pictures I picked. And I'm temporarily gluing down some of the pictures with just a tiny bit of tape, because those paper clips were bothering me in some of the areas. So I needed to remove them, but I still wanted to know which picture should go in this spot. And I'm adding pieces of double-sided tape because I'm gluing down my shaker pocket that I previously made. And the glue won't hold to the foil as good as double-sided tape does. I need to fit in the hole. That's why I'm trying. Sorry for my head. And I filled more. I filled all of my holes, like pre-designed shaped holes in my album, and I can move into another parts of the album. I'm gluing down the envelope. I don't know yet what will go there, but I'm just trying to add some elements later. At first, I just focused on gluing down the pictures. I will be embellishing everything when I'm done with the photos. I divided one of the pictures into two parts because this square is divided by the folding in the middle, and I thought I will just divide the picture, and thanks to that it will be able to hold, but when you open the album you will see it as a whole. I have this element with pre-cutted flower composition, and you can leave it like this. You can see through it. You can try to make a sequin pocket here too, but you won't see a lot of sequins because the holes are not so big. So I decided to pack it with a pattern paper, and I will glue down the picture over it later. I chose one of the patterns from the Truly Grateful collection. I didn't bought all of the papers because there are 24 double-sided papers in this collection. I only picked a few of them, and now I wish I have bought more. But I always struggle because I use up my embellishment first, and I got left get I am got left. I don't know how to say it in English. Well, I have a lot of embellishments, a lot of papers, and no embellishments left usually. So I try to buy less papers, but then I always wish I had bought more of them because I ran out of them too quickly. So it's hard to find a balance between buying a proper amount. I'm gluing down some of the photos using only a bit of tape because I'm still not sure if I don't want to add anything underneath them. And now I'm gluing down all the pictures to the folding element that I have in one of the corners. And I am going to glue this down. Paige designed it the way that you can remove it with those two tiny flaps that hold them together, but mine was too thick. So I thought it will just tear out those elements and I need to glue it down, but it keeps opening. So I thought I will add a piece of baker's twine to tie it together, and it was a good idea. So I'm gluing it down with the baker's twine under the last layer, and I'm proceeding to another pictures. I have two pictures here, so I sew them together before I will glue them down. Thanks to that, you can open the picture to check what's behind it. And I have another set of the same pictures, and I sew it together as well. And the last set of the pictures, I thought I will do kind of opening with extra paper. So I marked the size of the picture. I will glue down the first picture at add the folding and then glue down the second picture. It will give me some extra space to embellish a little bit. So I'm gluing down the first one, I'm gluing down the second one, and now I'm trimming the excess paper. I don't want the paper to be visible, I just want the pictures to be able to open, and I had this paper as a spare on my desk, and I already used it for the cover, so it will match when you open it. And this area I'm filling up with a piece of pattern paper because there is a sewing in two corners, because I sew the pocket from the other side and I want to cover it, and I'm using just a piece of paper to do so. Sorry that this video is so long, but I tried to cut out as much as possible, but I thought that it's better to cut out embellishing of the album than kind of bringing everything together. I wanted you to see how my thinking process looks like when adding pictures. And now all my pictures are done, and it's a fun time with embellishing. I'm using ephemera pieces, flower ephemera pieces, puffy stickers, stickers, and 6x12 stickers from Truly Grateful collection to embellish my page. And as I said, I cut it out some part of this process because it took me like half an hour to embellish everything, and I thought it would be just too boring to watch me going through elements because it's an easy part, and this is something everyone should do by his own, because it's how you feel your mini album, and maybe you would add more pictures, less pictures. It's hard to say. This is just what I did. And I started with bigger elements, and I'm going through the smaller and smaller, and I'm finishing up with the smallest one, like dots and stars, usually enamel dots. In my case, those are the puppy stickers because they are really tiny. I cut out few leaves from one of the pattern papers too, so I can embellish with them as well. And I am almost done with how my page looks. I need to trim some elements down to make the closing album easier. And as you can see, one part of the album is still not finished. I decided I need something more here. And this is the end. No, the inner part of the album is done, and now I'm embellishing the cover. I kept it really simple. I will add Hello Fall title. Hello is from the ephemera pack, and I'm gluing down some leaves. Those are from the ephemera pack and ephemera flower ephemera pack too. So I'm just building a composition out of them, and I will add a word fall using different alphabet stickers. Those stickers are from older collection. They are from Oh My Heart collection, and as you can see, I used almost all of the letters, but luckily I still had a fall, letters to create a fall, and the colors matches this collection. So I'm adding extra glue to make sure that the letters will hold better. And I think that I added some dots uh, from the Tickers pack and from the Little Puffy Stickers pack. I did it a few weeks ago. I'm not sure. Yes, I did it. This is what I always do, so it was easy to think about it. And my album is done. I will show you how it looks in the next part of the video, and you will also be able to see some close-up pictures. This is the covers, and when you unwrap the mini album and open it, you can see one side of the album with pictures, and when you rotate it, you will see the second side. I think that in her demo video about this cut file, Paige embellished only the one side, and I did it on the other side too. I have the shaker pocket. I have the pocket with 3 pictures and a tag. I have envelope where I added a card with a little bit of journaling about this day. And let me see what was next. I have those 2 pictures nested together, and this is the flap where I added the piece of string, and we have 6 pictures here when you open it. You could also add the 7th picture on the top instead of this ephemera element, but I wanted to add something different because even though this album is really tiny, it holds a lot of photos. And this is the other side. This is the first flap with 2 pictures. This is the flap that I sewed together, and this is the second flap that I created with a piece of paper. So you can do this both ways, and there is the other side of the shaker window that I created before. And before I will close it, I need to be sure that everything is folded good so it won't be destroyed. And I'm tidying up the album. I hope this video is helpful for you. Sorry for my English today. It's not perfect in any day, but today is just awful. Here are the few close-up pictures. Of course, I will leave you all the links to the cut file, to the products I use in the description box. And I use affiliate links, so if you want to support my channel, you can purchase through them. It doesn't cost you any extra money, and I will get some very small commission on my account. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.